He was a bright young man with everything going for him. But in November of 1995, an unknown gunman took Brian Mitchell's life. KPTV's Nicole Dahl has more in Fox 12's Most Wanted Cold Case Unit.
It's such a tragedy that this had happened to him.
You don't forget nothing like that.
That split second.
And we heard the shots.
That means the difference between life.
He got shot, maybe he's just injured.
And death.
You know, someone died there, right there where that patch of flowers is.
It breaks my heart that he's not here.
Portland Police cold case investigators say 24-year-old Brian Mitchell had come home from the video store on November 14, 1995. Fox 12 got a look at the crime scene photos from that night. Police say as Brian parked his black Thunderbird in the 4300 block of Northeast Hazelfern, someone shot him multiple times in the head and leg.
The windows were shot out. He may have been trying to get out.
So this is the house?
This is the exact house we were in.
Tony Campbell was Brian's best friend. He was there the night of the murder and agreed to walk us through what happened. It was 8:45, he remembered. He was in the house when he heard shots. He ran outside and found Brian bleeding, lying in the street.
And so I grabbed him, I rolled him over on me, and I was on my knees holding him. His body was still shaking. And I asked him, I said, if you can hear me, please move something. Like, you don't expect to see something, especially someone that close to you, on the ground, dying. There's nothing you really can do.
Tony says Brian had just made the national amateur boxing team, had a good job, and was graduating college. His future was bright.
The toughest, the funniest, the strongest.
And detectives say nothing in his past pointed to a motive. Investigators say he wasn't a gang member or a drug user. Neighbors spotted two cars, a mid-1980s sedan and a coupe, possibly a VW Rabbit, leave the area. But police don't know if they were involved or if the shooter was on foot or in a vehicle. As for the motive, they believe someone knows something. Perhaps someone had an issue with Brian.
Sort of was a case of mistaken identity, and they know why it happened, and they know basically who pulled the trigger.
As we walked along Hazelfern on a recent sunny day, Tony told me every now and then he'll drive by to remind himself of what he lost that night and what he hopes someday will be found.
Put yourself in our shoes. What if there was someone very close to you? Wouldn't you want to know?
Nicole Dahl, the 10 o'clock news.
If you have any information, make sure you call Crime Stoppers at 503-823-HELP. We also have a link on our website, kptv.com.